Sidang Kemuncak ASEAN 2025. 10 negara ASEAN dengan pemimpin-pemimpin tertinggi negara. Hari ini Kuala Lumpur menjadi saksi bermula sidang kemuncak yang dinanti-nantikan. Pastinya perkara yang kita nantikan setelah sekian lama, kita menantikan inilah saatnya di mana sidang kemuncak ini akan menjadi medan di mana pemimpin 10 negara ASEAN akan bersidang dan membawakan lagi pembaharuan yang terbaik untuk negara-negara ASEAN secara keseluruhannya.
Baik, Assalamualaikum, salam sejahtera, selamat petang diucapkan kepada semua penonton setia RTM bersama-sama dengan kami, Mio Adan dan juga Mac di dalam satu rancangan istimewa Grandstand untuk ASEAN Summit yang kami bawakan kepada anda secara langsung, dan yang keunikan yang ingin kami persembahkan kepada anda untuk laporan Grandstand ini adalah di mana kami akan bawakan kepada anda dua bahasa, di mana saya akan cuba sedaya upaya untuk membawakan segala laporan dan juga apa yang berlaku di KL Convention Center di dalam bahasa Inggeris, manakala Mac pula akan melakukannya dalam bahasa Malaysia.
Ya, perkara yang kita banggakan dengan kedudukan Malaysia sebagai pengerusi ASEAN pada kali ini tentunya untuk kita melihat pemimpin-pemimpin negara yang terlibat akan berbincang, akan memperhalusi dan akan menilai apakah perkara yang boleh kita lakukan sebagai pengerusi ASEAN pada kali ini untuk kali yang kelima apabila begitu banyak perkara yang berlaku di dalam negara dan juga di luar negara, dan pastinya kita ingin melihat bagaimana fungsi Malaysia sebagai pengerusi ASEAN kali ini untuk kali yang kelima ini dapat kita realisasikan. Dengan kita sebagai pengerusi, pasti ada banyak perkara yang akan diperincikan dalam mesyuarat kali ini, dan kemuncaknya adalah pada hari esok, dan hari ini kita telah pun saksikan pada pagi tadi di mana kesemua pemimpin negara telah pun bersama-sama memberikan perhatian kepada Malaysia dalam kita melihat bagaimana acara pada hari ini dimulakan dengan sesi berbincangan pleno yang menyaksikan pemimpin berbincang mengenai perkara-perkara yang memperhalusi apakah peranan Malaysia, apakah peranan ASEAN dan kesemua negara anggota ini dalam kita melihat lonjakan pada masa yang akan datang di mana letaknya ASEAN di dalam komuniti negara-negara di seluruh dunia.
Exactly, and from time to time, as what Mac was just explaining, we're going to be bringing to you a bit of a gist of what actually has happened throughout the whole day, not just today, a few days ago, as well as right up until tomorrow, all of the agendas that has been proposed throughout the whole 46 ASEAN Summit 2025. And what's the most important thing is today, we're going to be witnessing the signing ceremony of the Kuala Lumpur Declaration on ASEAN 2045. Our shared future will be done by Yang Berhormat Prime Minister of Malaysia later on in a bit.
Ya, pemeteraian ini akan berlaku sekejap saja lagi. Kita akan bawakan secara langsung dari KLCC mengenai perkara yang telah pun dibincangkan. Pastinya deklarasi ini membawa satu lagi perkara yang paling penting untuk negara-negara ASEAN secara keseluruhannya. Selepas ini kembali bersama dengan kami.
2025 will be a momentous chapter for ASEAN, rich with significance and promise. Will mark the 10th anniversary of the ASEAN community founding, a milestone in our collective journey. Malaysia has chosen the theme inclusivity and sustainability. It reflects our aspirations for shared progress, ensuring that no one is left behind. It conveys our hope that the steps we take today will endure in the long run. It underscores our determination to keep the future firmly in sight as we move forward. On behalf of the government and people of Malaysia, I look forward to welcoming you all. Selamat datang ke Malaysia. Thank you.
Baik, sidang kemuncak ASEAN telah pun kita saksikan pada pagi tadi di mana telah berlangsungnya sesi plenari sidang kemuncak ASEAN ke-46 yang telah pun menyaksikan Yang Amat Berhormat Perdana Menteri pastinya telah pun memberikan ucapan penuh yang begitu bermakna kepada seluruh pemimpin ASEAN, dan ingin saya imbas kembali antara kata-kata yang telah pun diungkapkan oleh Yang Amat Berhormat Perdana Menteri Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim pada sesi plenari pada pagi tadi. Antaranya adalah mengenai usaha yang akan dilaksanakan dalam sidang sidang kemuncak pada kali ini, khususnya mengenai wawasan 20 tahun yang berpandangan jauh yang akan kita saksikan pada hari esok, dan pastinya ini perkara yang diberi perhatian oleh negara-negara ASEAN secara keseluruhannya dalam kita menilai sejauh mana kita mampu membuat anjakan yang lebih baik lagi untuk negara ASEAN, dan pastinya ini juga satu perkara yang akan memanfaatkan lebih 680 juta rakyat di negara-negara ASEAN ini apabila ia dilaksanakan untuk tempoh 20 tahun yang akan datang.
Yeah, exactly. Because again, this is actually an honor, the fact that Malaysia is being given the opportunity to actually host this prestigious summit yet again for the 46th edition. As mentioned earlier on the show, the reason why we're here, actually, the whole Grandstand idea is for us to actually witness the signing ceremony of the Kuala Lumpur Declaration on ASEAN 2045. Our shared future, as mentioned, will be happening. We'll be crossing live with our partners, with our friends down at the KL Convention Centre who are down there, who are witnessing this live on location. But our task over here is to just share with all of you, fellow viewers, on how important the ASEAN Summit is, and basically the main focus is the reason behind why there's so many people in KL right now, Matt. There's definitely plenty of people right now in KL.
Betul. Ya, pasti deklarasi Kuala Lumpur mengenai ASEAN 2045, masa depan bersama yang akan ditandatangani, dimeterai pada petang ini adalah satu dokumen strategi jangka panjang yang memberikan satu lagi rangka bagi menjamin kelangsungan, kestabilan dan kemakmuran bagi seluruh rantau Asia Tenggara untuk tempoh 2 dekad akan datang. Dan pastinya juga perhatian diberikan begitu teliti tentang perkara ini dalam kita melihat bagaimana pemimpin-pemimpin negara ASEAN juga amat mengambil berat isu-isu yang berlaku di seluruh dunia, dan pastinya deklarasi ini juga mengambil kira beberapa perkara yang kita akan saksikan sebentar lagi. Dalam deklarasi ini untuk menandatanganinya adalah perkara yang amat berat bagi pemimpin-pemimpin ini, tetapi pelaksanaannya untuk tempoh 20 tahun yang akan datang pastinya lebih mencabar lagi dalam kita berhadapan dengan ketidaktentuan global, ekonominya dan juga politiknya. Jadi perkara itu yang akan kita lihat sepanjang tempoh 20 tahun akan datang. Satu tempoh yang dipanjangkan daripada deklarasi sebelum ini 10 tahun kalau yang dulu. Tapi yang terkini 20 tahun dianjakkan lagi tempohnya dan juga dipanjangkan lagi perkara-perkara yang terlibat di dalam deklarasi ini. Jadi ini yang kita akan saksikan sekejap saja lagi.
Yep, we will be witnessing it together live down at the KL Convention Centre in regards of the declaration, which on paper it should be happening at about 5:45 p.m. later today. And we are more than pleased to actually share with you some footages of the opening ceremony, or should I say some meetings that has been happening down at the KL Convention Centre. As you can see, the arrivals of all of the dignitaries, all the head of government from all the countries from ASEAN. As you can see there very, very clearly, this is very well supported. It is definitely something that is bringing us closer together to really understand each other from the region, and also understanding each other's realities and each other's issues, and hopefully as a region we are able to actually help each other in any way that we can. Hence why this summit, the ASEAN Summit, is very, very important.
Ya, inilah wajah pemimpin-pemimpin negara-negara ASEAN yang terlibat pada pagi tadi, dan deklarasi yang akan ditandatangani pada petang ini bukanlah satu dokumen semata-mata, tetapi ini merupakan satu manifesto, khususnya menjadi komitmen politik bagi negara-negara yang terlibat dalam kita memacu pembangunan komuniti serantau yang lebih inklusif, adaptif dan berpaksikan rakyat. Dan pada hari ini juga kita saksikan pemimpin-pemimpin utama negara-negara ASEAN ini turut hadir bersama adalah Setiausaha Agung ASEAN Dr. Kau Kim Hoon, dan juga 10 pemimpin negara ASEAN, tidak ketinggalan juga negara-negara pemerhati, dan kita dapat lihat bagaimana inilah ruang untuk kita sama-sama menilai bagaimana pemimpin-pemimpin kita sebenarnya memberikan ruang dan juga waktu yang ada di dalam sidang kemuncak ASEAN ini untuk membicarakan tentang masyarakat di negara-negara yang terlibat.
Exactly. And we would also like to share with all of our fellow viewers as well, should you do not know what's actually happening down here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia is hosting over 350 ASEAN-related meetings nationwide throughout the whole of 2025, including 14 high-level summits. Key events included what is happening today, the 46th ASEAN Summit, scheduled to be happening today with preparatory meetings and related sessions from the 23rd right up until the 27th of May. We also have the ASEAN GCC, as well as the ASEAN GCC China Summit set to happen tomorrow. Such a big day for not just for us Malaysians, but for the region as well, focusing on enhancing economic collaboration, and also plan in October the 47th ASEAN Summit with preparatory meetings and related summits in Kuala Lumpur. It is expected that we have about 20,000 delegates and staff to be around Malaysia, around Kuala Lumpur, including leaders from ASEAN member states, the GCC, as well as China. And as we can see here, we are now live down in KL Convention Centre, Meg.
Ketika ini dapat kita saksikan Yang Amat Berhormat Perdana Menteri Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim yang merupakan pengerusi ASEAN 2025 sedang berada di KLCC, pastinya sebentar lagi untuk sama-sama memeterai deklarasi Kuala Lumpur yang akan menjadi satu lagi dokumen penting dalam kita melihat sejauh manakah visi jangka panjangnya yang bertujuan untuk menyelaras aspirasi negara-negara ASEAN ke tahun 2045 yang menggantikan visi Komuniti ASEAN 2025. Dan rangka hala tuju selama 20 tahun ini lebih menyeluruh dan menyelaras agenda nasional negara anggota kepada sasaran serantau yang kolektif, sekaligus mewujudkan sinergi pembangunan yang lebih mantap dalam pelbagai bidang, antaranya ekonomi dan ketahanan terhadap cabaran geopolitik dan juga perubahan iklim, dan tidak ketinggalan juga perkongsian teknologi secara serantau dan pembangunan sumber manusia berkemahiran tinggi.
All right, and I believe that we have just received notice to actually go now directly live to our friends and colleagues down in KL Convention Centre for the live coverage of the 46th ASEAN Summit.
A unified pledge towards a visionary ASEAN that is future-ready, people-centred and anchored in all the shared prosperity.
And we are now seeing Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim engaging in conversation with delegates within the plenary hall. As chair of ASEAN 2025, his role in setting the tone for these crucial discussions is key, and this moment reflects Malaysia's active commitment to fostering dialogue, diplomacy, and deeper regional cooperation.
As the declaration reaffirms ASEAN's centrality in the regional architecture, and as well as reinforcing the values of cooperation, mutual support, and respect. Now, the leaders before us today are just not signing a document merely. They're laying the foundation for a future ASEAN that is cohesive, dynamic, and forward-looking than ever before. And we definitely look forward to what's to come.
And earlier today, Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim chaired several high-level meetings, including the plenary and retreat sessions, as well as interface with representatives from the ASEAN Inter-Parliamentary Assembly, ASEAN Youth and the ASEAN Business Advisory Council. And of course, these sessions focus on key regional issues such as the ongoing conflict, economic challenges, and maritime disputes in the South China Sea. And Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim emphasised on the importance of ASEAN unity and resilience in navigating these complex challenges. And currently, Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim is engaging with delegates in the plenary hall, setting the stage for the next round of discussions aimed at fostering deeper regional cooperation and charting a sustainable path forward for ASEAN.
As we're looking into this as well, this is a new trilateral forum linking into ASEAN, Gulf countries and China with a focus on trade integration, digital economy, infrastructure, ports, logistics to transport, as well as the energy transition with solar, hydrogen, EVs, artificial intelligence, AI, innovation and the future industries. This summit itself reflects the future of global economic alignment, where Asia and Middle East moving closer together with China as the key player. And this isn't just about the deals and collaboration. It is about defining the future of regional cooperation together.
As chair of ASEAN in 2025, Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim envisions the Kuala Lumpur Declaration on ASEAN 2045, our shared future, as a very important roadmap guiding the region toward a more resilient, inclusive and sustainable future. And this declaration actually, adopted during the 46th ASEAN Summit in Kuala Lumpur, reflects Malaysia's commitment to steering ASEAN through the next 2 decades of transformation and integration. Malaysia's aspirations for the declaration encompass several key objectives. One of them is strengthening ASEAN centrality, where to ensure that ASEAN remains at the forefront of regional decision-making processes, maintaining unity and a cohesive voice in global affairs, and also to promote sustainable development, advocating for economic models that balance growth with environmental stewardship, aiming for a green economy that benefits all member states, and also enhancing digital and physical connectivity, investing in infrastructure and digital technologies to bridge development gaps and foster seamless integration across the region. And also, we talk about fostering inclusivity, emphasizing the importance of inclusive policies that uplift marginalized communities and ensure equitable opportunities for all citizens. And not to forget, in building resilience against emerging challenges, preparing ASEAN to effectively respond to transnational issues such as climate change, pandemics, and geopolitical shifts.
And as we look around the hall today, we see a convergence of cultures, strategies, and aspirations. And at the heart of it, Malaysia stands ready to lead. Now, what we're seeing is more than diplomacy. It is actually shaping tomorrow's global economy, rooted in various partnerships that span across Southeast Asia, the Middle East, and East Asia. The discussions earlier are expected to touch on digital transformation, green economy, regional security, as well as closer cooperation with the Gulf and Chinese partners on trade, energy, and innovation for the whole nation. With this year's theme, Inclusivity and Sustainability, it entirely reflects ASEAN's forward-looking agenda, one that centers its people, progress, and the planet.
And now we witness the arrival of the heads of government and heads of state of ASEAN. And each leader is being warmly welcomed by the Prime Minister of Malaysia, Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim, at the Kuala Lumpur Convention Centre. And this ceremonial moment sets the stage for the official signing ceremony of the Kuala Lumpur Declaration on ASEAN 2045, our shared future, a historic milestone symbolizing unity, shared vision and cooperation among the state members.
Kuala Lumpur Declaration on ASEAN 2045, our shared future. The moment itself signifies renewed promise for all of us to ensure that ASEAN remains ready for the future, resilient to any challenges that is happening, and extremely responsive to the needs of the nation in the decades to come. This moment itself will mark a significant milestone in the journey of ASEAN, a reaffirmation of our region's shared vision for a peaceful, resilient and inclusive community over the next 2 decades. An overall infrastructure commitment of shared values between all of our leaders and head of states, as well as the region collaboration with all the unity.
And right now, Prime Minister Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim is engaged in conversation with His Majesty Sultan of Brunei, the Prime Minister of Thailand, and other head of governments and head of states. And we can see now this informal exchange highlights the close personal relationship and strong diplomatic ties among ASEAN leaders, setting a positive tone for the important discussions ahead.
Now, as the camera lens captures this momentum assembly of leadership, it frames ASEAN's promise to the people that together we are stronger, and together we will rise to meet the challenges of our time. And together we will shape a future that is inclusive, innovative and impactful. And that is the reason of ASEAN 2045, our shared future together.
Ya, itu dia tadi gambaran dari KL46 yang dapat kami bawakan kepada anda. Nampaknya pemimpin-pemimpin negara-negara ASEAN sedang bersiap sedia untuk sama-sama bersama dalam pemerayaan deklarasi Kuala Lumpur 2025 yang akan berlangsung seketika sahaja lagi.
Yep, and as we have seen earlier, the Prime Minister of Malaysia, Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim, was together with the Prime Minister and Sultan of Brunei, Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah, as well as the Thai Prime Minister Petong Tan Shinawatra. And together as well, we are expecting all of the head of governments to be alongside together, as they have been arriving by one since the 23rd of May. Earlier, for instance, we have the President of the Philippines, Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. Of course, our neighbouring country from Singapore, Prime Minister Lawrence Wong has made an appearance as well. From Vietnam, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh. And from Cambodia, Prime Minister Samdech Mohabovor Tipade Hun Mane. And from Timor-Leste as well, Prime Minister Ray Rala Zanana Gusmao. And not forgetting as well, as mentioned by Mag earlier, the Secretary General of ASEAN, Dr. Kao, is also in sight as well together for this summit. And not forgetting as well, the representative from the Gulf Cooperation Council, GCC, His Excellency Jassim Muhammad Al-Budaiwi, Secretary General, Gulf Cooperation Council, is definitely jam-packed with all of the heads of government, heads of states of ASEAN specifically in making this summit a successful one for all of us here.
Ya, pastinya deklarasi Kuala Lumpur 2025 ini memberi manfaat jangka panjang yang kita dapat lihat sebentar lagi. Pastinya satu lagi momen yang begitu penting untuk negara-negara ASEAN ini, dan kita juga harapkan kita sebagai rakyat perlu mengetahui perkara-perkara ini memberikan manfaat yang begitu besar kepada kita, kerana tempoh 20 tahun adalah perancangan dan juga pelaksanaan yang panjang, kerana manfaat ini akan berkembang dalam kerangka serantau yang lebih kukuh, bukan bersaing secara berasingan tetapi mengukuhkan lagi daya saing global antara rantau ASEAN secara kolektif. Dan inilah perkara yang menjadikan ASEAN adalah satu kelompok negara yang sangat istimewa, kerana dalam kita menjadi negara yang membangun dan juga menuju ke arah negara maju, banyak perkara yang perlu diperhalusi, dan kita juga ingin mengimbau bahawa sejarah negara-negara ASEAN ini begitu panjang, dan deklarasi ini nanti akan membawa satu lagi anjakan yang baru kepada negara ASEAN pastinya. Baik, kita ingin imbas kembali apa yang berlaku pagi tadi apabila dalam ketibaan semua pemimpin negara-negara ASEAN ini dalam sidang plenari yang berlangsung di KLCC juga, dan pastinya juga inilah momen yang begitu berharga dapat kita saksikan wajah-wajah pemimpin-pemimpin negara ASEAN, antaranya Sultan Haji Hassanal Bolkiah, Sultan dan juga dari Brunei Darussalam, dan diiringi oleh Yang Amat Berhormat Perdana Menteri Datuk Anwar Ibrahim. Dan kita lihat juga kehadiran Presiden Timor Leste yang juga merupakan negara pemerhati yang juga hadir dalam sidang kemuncak ASEAN pada kali ini, dan bersalam bersama dengan Yang Amat Berhormat Perdana Menteri Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim. Dan ketibaan juga dilihat di situ adalah ketibaan pemimpin Thailand, iaitu Perdana Menterinya Paetongtarn Shinawat. Pastinya juga ada banyak perkara yang akan dibincangkan pada hari ini.
Dan pastinya kalau kita dapat juga saksikan, as we can actually see on the screens right now, the Prime Minister of Singapore, Lawrence Wong, making an appearance as well. And of course here we have all of the heads of government making their acquaintance together with Yang Amat Berhormat Prime Minister of Malaysia, Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim, as the host, as well as the 2025 ASEAN Chair, making an appearance. Again, as mentioned, we have an approximation of about 20,000 people coming down to KL, Malaysia specifically, 20,000 delegates and staff making their way down here to attend meetings, to have discussions, to make sure that all of the, whatever it is that we want to achieve together as a region in ASEAN will fall through. And on screen right there, you can see the President of Indonesia making an appearance as well. And yes, again, it's like a red carpet of stars of head of states coming in because, again, we do want to make sure that this particular summit is not just for us to, sit around and talk to each other, because, again, we have our mission, we have our main reasons why we're here, the three main focuses of what the ASEAN Summit is all about is maintaining regional peace, stability and prosperity. We're also enhancing the intra-ASEAN trade and investment, not forgetting as well promoting development, growth and prosperity. So three key major focus.
Yeah. Sebenarnya dengan sidang kemuncak ASEAN 2025 yang berlangsung di Ibu Negara pada hari ini dan juga esok, sebenarnya beberapa langkah penting telah pun diambil oleh pihak yang berwajib agar sidang kemuncak ini berjalan dengan lancar, dan kita sama-sama ikuti sebentar lagi. Terus saja kita berikan tumpuan kepada apa yang berlaku di KLCC untuk deklarasi Kuala Lumpur 2025.
Sovereign nation, each with its own language, culture and traditions, yet together they form a united community, one that continues to strive to cooperation, mutual respect and shared vision for the future. The photo taken will be remembered not only as a ceremonial gesture, but as a milestone marking a new era of purpose and partnership in the Southeast Asia's continuing journey. Ladies and gentlemen, the ASEAN heads of state and government, united, forward-looking and steadfast in a shared commitment to one vision, one identity and one community.
And now the ASEAN heads of state and government are making their way into the plenary hall. And this moment signals the beginning of the formal segment of the signing ceremony.
Your Majesty, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the signing ceremony of the Kuala Lumpur Declaration on ASEAN 2045, our shared future. Without further ado, may I invite the Honourable Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim, Prime Minister of Malaysia and Chair of ASEAN 2025, to deliver his opening remarks.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera. Your Majesty, ASEAN heads of states and governments, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. Today, ASEAN marks a defining chapter in its journey of regional integration with the adoption of ASEAN 2045, our shared future. In 1967, our founding members pledged to bind themselves together in friendship and cooperation, and through joint effort and sacrifices, secure for their peoples and for posterity the blessings of peace, freedom, and prosperity. Today, we renew that solemn promise, not as a tribute to the past, but as a living covenant with the future. It is often said that the best way to predict the future is to create it. That is why ASEAN has sought to do, through decades of steady effort, shared stewardship, and strategic vision. I record my deep appreciation to all who contributed to this vision, shaped by persistence, pragmatism, and the quiet power of regional trust. Your Majesty, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, a decade ago, on this very day and in this very city, we launched the ASEAN Community Vision 2025. That moment reaffirmed ASEAN's role as an anchor of stability and a rising center of economic gravity. But today, the international order is unsettled. Geopolitical tensions, economic fragmentation, climate and technological disruption are testing the bonds between nations. Yet these same technologies carry risks. Left unmanaged, they may deepen inequality, displace livelihoods, and outspace our rules. We must not only embrace innovation, we must learn to govern it together and with care. The future we seek must rest on foundations of sustainability and inclusion. ASEAN's integration must be genuinely people-centered. That means closing development gaps, raising the standards of living, and investing in the human spirit and potential of all our citizens. This shared blueprint gives shape to that belief. It is a vision anchored in realism, animated by resolve, and made possible by trust. And as we turn this page, we renew our promise to our peoples, to our region, and to the generations yet to rise. Let us move forward with clarity in our vision, steadiness in our purpose, and unity in our will to build the ASEAN we owe to future generations. Thank you. Terima kasih. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Datuk Sri, for the remarks. May I now invite all the ASEAN leaders to join the Prime Minister of Malaysia and Chair of ASEAN 2025 on stage to proceed with the signing ceremony. like to invite Your Majesty, Excellencies, to the signing table to resume with the signing ceremony. And now the signing ceremony will begin with the Prime Minister of Malaysia, Chair of ASEAN. His Excellency, the President of the Republic of the Philippines. His Majesty, the Sultan of Brunei Darussalam. His Excellency, the Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Cambodia. His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Indonesia. His Excellency, the Prime Minister of Laos People's Democratic Republic. His Excellency, the Prime Minister of the Republic of Singapore. Her Excellency, the Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Thailand. His Excellency, the Prime Minister of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam. His Excellency, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Republic of the Union of Myanmar. Thank you, Your Majesty and Excellencies. May I now invite the Honourable Prime Minister of Malaysia to kindly proceed to the front and centre of the stage. Please welcome. Next, I would like to invite His Excellency, the Secretary General of ASEAN, to kindly proceed to the stage to receive the signed copy of the Declaration. Thank you, Excellency, Secretary General of ASEAN. You may now return to your seat. I'll kindly like the Honourable Prime Minister of Malaysia to kindly remain on stage. And let us now invite all the ASEAN leaders and the Prime Minister of Timor-Leste to join the Prime Minister of Malaysia for a group photo. Please welcome. Allow me to count in 3, 2, 1. Thank you, Your Majesty and Excellencies. We will now proceed with the group photo with the copy of ASEAN 2045, Our Shared Future. Each leader will be presented with a copy of the book. May I kindly invite Your Excellencies to hold up the book for a commemorative photo. Now allow me to count in 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause. Thank you, Your Majesty and Excellencies. You're kindly invited to return to your seats. We will now proceed with a video presentation entitled ASEAN 2045, Our Shared Future.
10 years ago, ASEAN Community Vision 2025 was conceived in Kuala Lumpur, an ambitious blueprint to guide the region's common course through the decade ahead. Since then, under the quiet resolve of this guiding vision, ASEAN has pressed forward, marking steady strides in nurturing peace, entrenching stability, and advancing the promise of collective prosperity. Today, ASEAN has grown even stronger, connected, and resilient, united by shared goals and purpose. We stand as the fulcrum of the regional architecture and an influential force in driving positive change. We have become a formidable and dynamic economic powerhouse, poised to become the world's 4th largest economy. Our peoples have flourished in the calm embrace of a peaceful region, uplifted by the currents of a thriving economy and the quiet stitching of greater connectivity. They remain at the very heart of ASEAN's journey towards deeper integration. After a decade of a remarkable journey, ASEAN is now in a position of strength, able to embrace the future with confidence and vigor. The evolving global environment will require ASEAN to be bold and transformative in its outlook. Together, ASEAN must navigate an era marked by rapid change and mounting strategic challenges with unity and purpose. Together, ASEAN must continue to recalibrate its priorities and agenda to remain dynamic and responsive, mindful of the impacts and opportunities of existing and future mega trends. This year, another defining chapter of ASEAN's journey is being written in Kuala Lumpur with the adoption of ASEAN 2045, our shared future. ASEAN Vision 2045 will chart a bolder, inclusive and forward-looking agenda of the region for the next 20 years. It is a visionary roadmap that would guide ASEAN in ensuring regional peace, stability and prosperity of the region and beyond. It is driven by ASEAN's conviction that no one should be left behind as we keep the future firmly in sight.
Our future is what we envision and construct it to be. Together, ASEAN will embrace the future with renewed determination and resolve. This is the time to demonstrate the strength of our unity and our shared vision of progress, prosperity, and justice.
ASEAN 2045, our shared future. Your Majesty, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the signing ceremony of the Kuala Lumpur Declaration on ASEAN 2045, our shared future.
Baik, itu dia tadi selesailah sudah pemeteraian deklarasi Kuala Lumpur mengenai ASEAN 2045 membawa masa depan bersama yang kita dapat saksikan langsung dari KLCC sebentar tadi.
Exactly, and what we've just witnessed, the signing of the Kuala Lumpur Declaration of ASEAN 2045, our shared future, is highly significant. We would just like to share with everyone out here because of it marks a visionary roadmap and commitment by ASEAN member states towards deeper regional integration and cooperation over the next 20 years, aiming to transform ASEAN into a more cohesive, innovative and resilient community by 2045. It is something, Mac, which is very, very important that all of us, not just us here in Malaysia, but as well as, again, the whole across region, as well as our neighbouring region as well, that we are sticking together across the board to ensure the stability and the harmony amongst ourselves and taking care of each other. Ultimately, that's the message that's being sent by the Prime Minister of Malaysia, Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim earlier with the signing.
Kita dapat saksikan tadi ini adalah satu sejarah yang begitu bermakna kerana 20 tahun akan datang kita akan melihat hasilnya di mana manfaat jangka panjang ini akan dinikmati oleh lebih 680 juta rakyat di negara-negara ASEAN dan pastinya juga perkara yang menjadi tumpuan di dalam deklarasi ini adalah bagaimana pengukuhan ekonomi serantau dalam kita ingin melihat bagaimana ASEAN sebagai pusat pertumbuhan dunia akan memperincikan tentang cara untuk membentuk matlamat untuk pasaran tunggal dan pangkalan pengeluaran yang dipertingkat menjelang tahun 2045. Ini kita boleh lihat menerusi beberapa perkara, antaranya adalah halangan bukan tarif yang dikurangkan, rantai bekalan serantau dan juga penekanan kepada ekonomi digital dan juga e-dagang, juga pelaburan dalam teknologi baharu seperti AI dan sebagainya. Dan kita juga ingin melihat bagaimana ketahanan geopolitik dan keselamatan kolektif di mana deklarasi ini mengiktiraf keperluan ASEAN untuk kekal neutral dalam apa sahaja yang dilakukan khususnya dalam ekonomi, politik dan sebagainya agar kita berada dalam keadaan yang sentiasa sentosa dan juga harmoni ya sebagai negara-negara yang ada berbilang kaum dan juga beragama pasti ada banyak perkara yang perlu diperhalusi supaya geopolitik kita berada dalam keadaan yang terbaik.
And extending to that, it enhances the cooperation across key areas because the declaration outlines commitments to deepen cooperation in political security, as mentioned, economic, social, cultural, digital transformation and environmental sustainability sectors. This broad approach aims to address emerging challenges like climate change, the digital divide, economic disparities and geopolitical tension. But also, one thing that interests me a lot, Mac, is that it is people-centered and inclusive growth. It stresses the importance of ensuring the benefits of ASEAN integration reach all segments of society, promoting equitable growth, social justice and opportunities for all its citizens, not just Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, Thailand, Vietnam, Myanmar, Cambodia, and who did I miss out?
Yeah.
Philippines as well. Yeah,
Betul.
we're talking about ASEAN here. Again, it is all about ASEAN. It's about inclusivity with ASEAN, with us helping each other out. That's the most important thing.
Ya, sebagaimana tema untuk sidang kemuncak ASEAN 2025 pada kali ini, keterangkuman dan juga kemampanan, kita dapat lihat sebenarnya perkara ini juga diberikan penumpuan dalam deklarasi ini, di mana kita ingin melihat bagaimana pelaburan dalam pembangunan ini dilihat secara mobiliti sosialnya. Kerana apabila kita berbicara tentang negara-negara yang membangun dan ada juga dalam kalangan negara-negara ASEAN ini yang baru saja cuba untuk bangkit daripada ekonomi yang tidak menentu dengan ekonomi global yang berada dalam keadaan yang tidak dapat dijangka, pastinya ada banyak perkara yang kita mahu supaya rakyat berada dalam situasi terbaik untuk berhadapan dengan keadaan semasa. Ini adalah perkara yang bukan mudah untuk dilaksanakan, tambah lagi apabila kita berbicara tentang tempoh 20 tahun pelaksanaan deklarasi ini, ia akan diberikan satu lagi perkara lah untuk kita sebagai rakyat, sebagai orang yang tinggal di dalam negara ASEAN ini berfungsi sebagai rakyat yang juga mendukung usaha deklarasi ini agar ia dapat mencapai matlamatnya pada tahun 2045 nanti.
Hence why the theme really sticks to it, inclusivity and sustainability. That's the whole theme of the 46th ASEAN Summit 2025 down here in Kuala Lumpur. And again, we want to reiterate back the three major pillars, the interconnected pillars surrounding the ASEAN initiative. The first one be APSC, which is the ASEAN Political Security Community, with its goal to ensure that countries in the region live in peace with one another and with the world. The second would be the AEC, the ASEAN Economic Community, to create a single market and production base with free flow of goods, services, investment, capital and skilled labour. And the third is the ASCC, ASEAN Socio-Cultural Community, to build a caring and a sharing society that is inclusive and sustainable.
Ya, turut menjadi perhatian tentunya adalah keterangkuman dan pendigitalan yang selamat, kerana dalam era sekarang kita melihat bahawa aspek penting dalam deklarasi ini adalah untuk penekanan kepada transformasi digital inklusif dan sistem yang sesuai untuk pelindungannya di seluruh rantau yang terlibat. Dan ini adalah perkara yang kita perlu lihat bagaimana apabila kerjasama membangunkan infrastruktur digital ini dapat kita manfaatkan nanti, dan juga pastinya adalah untuk kemampanan dalam pelbagai aspek, kerana apabila digital menguasai kehidupan kita, pastinya ada banyak cabaran akan datang yang kita tidak dapat jangka, dan diperhalusi perkara ini dalam deklarasi Kuala Lumpur mengenai ASEAN 2045 ini, agar apabila tiba masanya nanti kita dapat menangani setiap isu yang mungkin akan bangkit pada waktu itu dapat diselesaikan dengan sebaiknya.
Exactly. We all just need to be prepared and really gear ourselves up in regards of whatever that's coming in the future. And this collaboration or this summit actually brings us closer together in making sure that we're on the same path, that we are, guiding each other, not just our brothers and sisters within the country, but as well as outside within our region as well. We would like to share with you a bit of information what has happened actually earlier at the KL Convention Centre. Part of it is the ASEAN Leaders Interface with the ASEAN Youth. Now, this dialogue session, which was held earlier this afternoon, where ASEAN heads of states and the government meet with youth representatives from ASEAN members countries. These youth delegates typically come from various youth organizations, student groups, as well as youth council, including the official ASEAN Youth Organization. And something very, very interesting will be happening tonight as well, Mac.
Pada malam ini juga kita akan bersama dalam Grandstand Khas sempena dengan sidang kemuncak ASEAN 2025 untuk kali yang ke ke-46 ini, dan juga kita akan sama-sama saksikan juga majlis makan malam gala yang akan bermula pada 8.30 malam ini. Jadi sama-sama saksikan di TV1 dan juga di saluran RTM ASEAN pada malam ini.
Exactly. We'll be bringing you live coverage of the dinner, which is the gala dinner of the 46 ASEAN Summit and related summits, which will be happening tonight. So make sure you guys tuned in at 2 TV1 RTM here for all the latest that is about the 46 ASEAN Summit. Right, I think that is all from us down here at Angkasa Puri. We hope that you've enjoyed our coverage as well, because again, it is all about just making sure that all of you getting all the coverages that we want, because again, we're here throughout the whole day right up until the 27th, tomorrow especially, bringing you live coverage, coming to you live events of what's happening down EKL Convention Centre. As mentioned, tonight there's going to be a gala dinner happening, and tomorrow as well is going to be a very important day tomorrow, Mac.
Ya, besok ada lebih banyak lagi perincian lebih menarik juga akan dikongsikan. Cuma ingin saya kongsi sedikit jalan-jalan yang perlu anda beri perhatian, kerana ada beberapa jalan akan ditutup dan sebagainya sepanjang sidang kemuncak ASEAN ke-46 ini, dan pastinya jalan-jalan ini telah pun kami kongsikan dari semasa ke semasa supaya anda tidak tersekat di dalam sekatan yang dibuat semata-mata untuk memastikan supaya semuanya berjalan dengan lancar. Baik, kita sebenarnya ada banyak lagi selepas ini. 8.30 malam nanti bersama dengan rakan setugas yang lain dalam Grandstand Khas sempena sidang kemuncak ASEAN 2025.
All right, so that's all the coverage that we have brought to you down here in regards of the signing ceremony of the Declaration of ASEAN. So we do hope that you have enjoyed our coverage, and again, do stay tuned with us here and do follow our socials as well, Berita RTM on our media socials, because all of the latest news will be shared across of our socials. So, and with that, my name is Mio Adlan.
Saya Margaret Gambang. Salam hormat dan jumpa lagi.
Assalamualaikum.
Beauty of Asean shines so bright, standing strong in the light. From dawnlit shores to twilight skies, together spirits high. Rhythms echo, voices sing, a symphony of hearts within. Kindness flows in every kind. Hand in hand we bond together. Oh, ASEAN, united we stand, a land of dreams where cultures span. From rolling seas to mountains high, together become one and hearts align. United, together we rise, reaching for the skies. ASEAN, our land, our home. Flavors rich, traditions told, in every dish a past unfolds. Gathered close, our ties we weave, a feast of love and harmony. Rhythms echo, voices sing, a symphony of hearts within. Kindness flows in every I'll